I was watching a video by Ligon Duncan and R.C. Sproul and all these guys talking about the annihilation of the soul. There's one question asked that what happened if he after he got to heaven, he found out that his mother is in hell. How could he be happy? So R.C. Sproul talked about the problem with modern days is that we Christians have a very low view of hell. And what's worse, majority of people who are not Christians, who are not believers in Christ, don't really believe in the concept of hell. The concept of hell, the doctrine of hell, has largely been diminished by the lies of the devil, and the cultural society upbringing has diminished it, has humanized it, has made it really nice and sweet, and jokes are made about the hell and all this stuff. No, it's so serious. And he mentioned that Jonathan Edwards, we got to read that sermon. Jonathan Edwards, one of the most brilliant theologian in North America, from the Northeast actually. He preached a very, very famous sermon called Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God. That really rocked the boat of so many thousands, if not millions of people in the world today. His sermon is still being read. After this, I'm going to print it out and get to read it myself. His English is very, very, it's kind of oldish English writing, and very, very intellectual guy, man. Jonathan Edwards, in fact, was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the first, president of Yale University. So, just moving forward, in Sproul say that, we don't understand. Edwards really believed in the severity of hell. It's almost like if it has come through the lips of some other apostles like Paul or Peter in the Bible, it would not be that convincing even, because we human nature, we ourselves as Christians, as pastors, we are all broken sinners. And to see a fellow sinner burning in hell forever, for all eternity, is heartbreaking, especially if you have loved one there. So how do you even reconcile that? So he's saying that, the thing is, we have diminished the concept of hell. Hell has been pushed out, and the people sort of redefine hell, etc., as absence of God, which is part of it, but definitely there's a lot of fire in there, The thing is, Sproul said, because it is when Jesus lives himself, that's a problem now, because you can't even try to configure it differently in any way, any form, any shape, because it's from God himself, Son of God himself. Jesus talked about hell more than heaven. You see that? And Jesus talked about hell more than anything else, more than anybody in the whole Bible, more than anyone. So the reality of hell is daunting and haunting us. If we do not wake up to the reality of it and be seriously, go all out and just really wake up everybody, do all our neighborhood a favor, wake them up, pray for them, and they just really reach out and pray. And for our own souls, never lose sight of having eternity bliss, eternal blessings. But eternal blessings, runs parallel, like Ligon Duncan said, is actually runs parallel with the eternal blessings, runs parallel with eternal condemnation. So if you shake up the eternal condemnation, hellfire, you shake up the eternal blessings too, because they run in parallel. So this is really important. I thought after watching that movie and that video, I gotta start reading Jonathan Edwards' sermon, Sinners in the Hands of Angry God. Remember that. Check it out yourself.